Right now, live at 5, a disturbing trend as cases of COVID-19 continue to spike and states continue to reopen. Health experts are raising concerns.
Minnesota sees a decline in the number of children getting vaccinated.
Plus, the vice president talks education in Wisconsin today, why he's pushing for more school choice.
And COVID-19 precautions are being put in place at Berry Farms as they get ready for opening day.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look near Pier B, where authorities are responding to a possible water emergency. We have crews on the way to the site and we'll bring you the latest information as we learn more. Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The nation's top health experts say we have been hit badly by the coronavirus.
The U.S. has more than 2.3 million infections and more than 120,000 deaths. The comments come as half the states are seeing an uptick in cases.
Naomi Ruckham reports from New York.
The nation's top health experts are calling the surge in coronavirus cases disturbing.
We were going down from 30,000 to 25 to 20, and now we sort of stayed about flat, and now we're going up. A couple of days ago, there were 30,000 new infections. That's very troublesome to me.
25 states are reporting an increase in coronavirus cases in the last 2 weeks. On Capitol Hill Tuesday, Dr. Anthony Fauci said he's concerned about community spread.
The next couple of weeks are going to be critical in our ability to address those surgings that we're seeing in Florida, in Texas, in Arizona, and in other states.
In Texas, hospitalizations rose nearly 60% in the last week. Governor Greg Abbott warns shutting down the state is not out of the question.
If those spikes continue, additional measures are going to be necessary.
The spike is putting frontline workers at risk.
Kind of hoping, maybe it's just a cold or something.
Kayla Cordova, her brother and parents are all nurses in Texas. They all got the virus.
A lot of people need to take it seriously. I don't wish this on my worst enemy.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is another hotspot. Cases are spiking sharply as tourists visit.
Oh, we're having fun, not worried about it, and enjoying the weather.
Dr. Fauci praised New York, which had been the epicenter of the pandemic, for following the task force's guidelines and bringing cases down. The city has made so much progress, it entered phase 2 of reopening Monday with outdoor dining available. Barbershops and salons have also reopened with strict guidelines. City officials say phase 3 of reopening could happen in a couple of weeks if the numbers keep going in the right direction.
California shattered its single-day record for most new coronavirus cases on Monday with more than 6,000 new cases. The previous record was about 4,500. Meanwhile, back in our area, St. Luke's hospital leaders hope a new piece of technology will give patients answers about their health a whole lot sooner. The $250,000 machine can identify different bacteria and viruses in minutes rather than days. Samples that usually have to be sent to outside labs for testing will now be able to be tested at St. Luke's. Hospital officials say this machine is the first of its kind in the region. They added that it will allow for quicker results and potentially shorter hospital stays for patients.
It's a state-of-the-art instrument, so it will just improve laboratory turnaround times greatly. We're all very excited to have this technology here. We've been wanting it for a long time.
Doctors anticipate they'll be ready to use the machine in about a month.
A coronavirus outbreak in Shakopee, Minnesota has been linked to an Amazon fulfillment center. 88 of about 1,000 Amazon workers at the center have tested positive for the virus. State health officials say it's one of the largest outbreaks in a warehouse or distribution plant setting. Another 99 Amazon workers at other locations in the cities have also tested positive. The state says they're providing guidance to help employers mitigate the spread. The number of children getting vaccinated is declining in Minnesota, and health experts say it's alarming. Minnesota Department of Health officials released the information Monday. They say many parents have not been taking their children in for their usual checkups during the pandemic. MDH officials say at the height of the pandemic, numbers show the state saw a 70% decrease in measles vaccines administered compared to this time last year. U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar is calling for the Department of Health and Human Services to take action. She hopes they'll help combat the spread of diseases among children and educate families to come in and get vaccinated, which she says is more important now during a pandemic.
It's totally understandable why people weren't doing this in March and April, but it is now time to get it done, or we're going to have an overcrowding of hospitals, not just from COVID, we're going to have an outbreak of measles and the like. And so that's why
There is some encouraging news, though. Last week, new numbers show measles vaccinations were down by about 34%.
Vice President Mike Pence discussed school choice in Wisconsin today. He and Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos are taking part in a roundtable at the Waukesha STEM Academy. Afterwards, the Vice President will launch a faith-centered tour in a conservative Milwaukee suburb. President Donald Trump plans to visit Wisconsin later in the week to take a tour of the Marionette Shipyard. The two visits in 1 week underscore the importance of the state in the presidential race.
For some 30 years, Wisconsin has been in the forefront of empowering parents with the right to choose whatever school they want their children to attend, whether it's a public school, a public charter school, a private or religious school.
President Trump carried the state by fewer than 23,000 votes in 2016.
Georgia mourned along with the family of Rayshard Brooks today at a historic Baptist church in Atlanta where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was eulogized. Crowds continue to march in Washington and throughout the country as the call for police reform mounts on Capitol Hill and beyond. Skylar Henry has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Friends and family members said farewell to Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta today. Brooks was shot dead when police confronted him earlier this month. Two former Atlanta police officers are now facing charges. Rochelle Gooden is Brooks' mother-in-law.
And that's what he would want us to do, to love, not the love that he gave us, but to love one another like God loved us.
Dr. Bernice King also spoke.
Rayshard Brooks' death will not be in vain, because justice will roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Brooks' death and other police killings have people here in Washington and across the country calling for widespread police reform.
In Minneapolis last month, former officer Derek Chauvin was seen kneeling on George Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes before he died. Chauvin has been charged with second-degree murder, but the leader of the Minneapolis Police Union wants to see additional video before condemning Chauvin and the 3 other officers charged.
We would just like to see what we are entitled to in our agreement, in our policy, is our officers' body camera footage. It may shed some light that we're unaware of.
In the nation's capital, protesters have been focusing on a statue of President Andrew Jackson because of his role in slavery and for forcing Native Americans to leave their land. Demonstrators tried to pull it down Monday night.
We stopped an attack on a great monument, the monument of Andrew Jackson in Lafayette Park. Numerous people are in jail and going to jail today.
President Trump promised long jail terms for people who destroy federal property.
All right, let's turn to Dave now for a quick look at the weather. Dave, you're tracking some potential precipitation out there for us tonight, huh?
Yeah, 40% chance of showers is still coming along with that trough of lower pressure we talked about last night. Looks like it's going to try to pay off tonight and may even spill into tomorrow. And we do need some rain, so this live local look at what's happening right now in Two Harbors shows a beautiful day, yes, but we could really use some rain to keep things green and keep things from burning down out there. Well, there is a chance for a little bit of precip here tonight. May not be everything we need, but any little bit will help. There's the trough of lower pressure coming in behind a full-fledged low pressure system. And again, the odds of payoff tonight are about 40%. And tomorrow, there's a 30% chance that shower chances could linger through at least a portion of the day, but at the same time, higher pressure will try to take over. So midday afternoon, you do have that 30% chance for showers lingering tomorrow with our day planner. And then tomorrow evening, it starts to become mostly sunny as things clear up and warm up. We'll talk about how long a warm spell will last once we get towards Thursday, coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, crafters in Bayfield are getting creative to keep profits coming in. Plus, food distribution for low-income families is happening in Deer River. City by City is coming up next.
Plus, tonight, more residents are buying books related to racial justice, what bookstore owners say they're noticing.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Call A1 Movers today to schedule a free office relocation estimate. We have all the necessary tools and experience to help streamline your business's change of address. Our friendly, uniformed crew will carefully relocate and protect both your new and existing facility. Whether across the street or around the globe, one call hauls it all. Take the burden off of your staff and put it on ours. Remember, moving is hard. Calling A1 Movers is easy.
Has your roof seen its better days? Call Peak Construction Roofing today for your free estimate at guaranteed affordable rates. Peak Construction can finance you and will help you step by step from start to finish. Call the best, Peak Construction Roofing. They'll do the rest. Let us take care of you.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Leave with the savings.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Jenna Wells.
And we'll take a look at your weather match forecast and see how long those summer-like temperatures are going to last.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Start your day at 5 a.m. with Austin and Jenna on CBS3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Grand Rapids. Dave Anderson will have your full weather forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's head on over to Tony with a look at what's happening across the region.
Crafters are finding creative ways to keep profits flowing in Bayfield, plus a food distribution for low-income families in Deer River. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. In Wisconsin, crafters are among the hardest hit by the COVID cancellations this summer. The cancellation of the Bayfield Festival of the Arts is one such event that has hit craft workers financially. Crafters who normally rely on art festivals for the majority of their income are turning instead to social media and online retail to get people to get by until art shows are able to return to this state. Meanwhile, the Carleton County Fairgrounds in Barnum will remain vacant this summer. According to the Pine Knot News, the annual county fair has been canceled due to COVID-19. The fair, which normally features horse races, a petting zoo, vendors, and more, is set to resume next year. And finally, this week, Deer River families in need will be able to pick up fresh produce at no cost. Grand Rapids-based nonprofit Elder Circle will be distributing produce this Thursday in Deer River at the Senex Officer parking lot. Families are encouraged to arrive no later than 3:15. To receive a box, your family must make less than 300% of the U.S. poverty limit. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, how berry farmers are making some changes this season due to COVID-19.
The clouds are trying to build in the Hibbing-Chisholm area, and that could lead to showers overnight tonight and through a portion of tomorrow as well before we get sunnier and warmer by Thursday. We'll talk about temperature trends and precipitation odds coming up after our break.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Claim your life today in the face of anxiety, depression, or thoughts of suicide at Ketamine North Infusion. In our safe spaces, we want to ensure you a better quality of life with our low-dose IV ketamine infusions. Ketamine North Infusion. Be well with us.
This is ultra-fast, insanely powerful.
fiber-powered internet with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig, supercharged home Wi-Fi, and 99.99% network reliability. It's gonna rock your world. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at just $19.99 a month for a year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
At Starkovich Distributing in Virginia, we want you to be safe, so please don't drink and drive. Have a designated driver or call a cab. It's not worth the risk. You could get arrested or hurt yourself or others. Don't drink and drive.
Your local Minnesota Coors distributor reminds you not to drink and drive this holiday weekend. If you plan on drinking, plan ahead. It's not worth the risk.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
The disturbing trend on the rise with teens.
Self-harm is one step away from suicide.
How to spot the signs.
It's just not the same for these kids these days. There's so much pressure.
The doctors.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTCO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
#1 for the most new country.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Economy Garages. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, let's talk about today's high temperatures because we're in the midst of what we could call a cool snap here by summertime standards. It's really not bad, but it's definitely not as warm as it was earlier in the week, or at least last week. High temps were in the lower 70s for a lot of towns, so it looks like things were warmer by the lake today thanks to a westerly wind and compressional heating. Parts of Park Point hit 79 degrees, so as I like to say, sometimes for some zones that are notorious for being either warm or cool, turnabout can be fair play. Well, temperatures will turn about for the rest of us towards 79 degrees by Thursday as another warm spell settles in, and I'll talk about how long it'll last in just a little bit. But right now we talk about the current conditions at the airport. In Duluth, it's 74 degrees there. Relative humidity is 35%, and a northwesterly wind is running 10 miles per hour. I think the wind will stay northwesterly through this time tomorrow evening. It won't be changing anytime soon. Current temperatures, we do have pockets of cool and pockets of warmth out there. One of the cool zones is over towards the UP where Waters meets at 64, 73. A little bit better there in Ashland, 75 in Superior, and now it's come down to 75 on Park Point, but over the hill 74. 70s are for the most part happening up the North Shore, and then towards Ely at 70 straight up. You get towards the heart of the Mesabi and Hibbing, Chisholm, Buell, Nashua, Keewatin, upper 60s, mid 60s towards Grand Rapids on the edge of the Mesabi, and 69 International Falls. Tomorrow, temperatures likely will be in the low to mid 70s, inland 60s by the lake. It's Thursday when we start to crack 80, at least for a little while. Now, let's talk about the rain chance out there. That trough of lower pressure, it's been looming just to the north of our region and lurking as well, and finally crossing the border and creating small showers and isolated non-severe thunderstorms for the inland parts of Minnesota. And there's a 40% chance that the rest of our region will see those come across tonight and perhaps even lingering into tomorrow as well. But at the same time tomorrow and lasting into Thursday, higher pressure will build in to bring back those warmer temperatures, and especially by Thursday, clear up our sky and make things nice and sunny. But that doesn't last forever. By Friday, low pressure from the west comes aboard, feeds on that heat, and creates a 60% chance for showers and thunderstorms, and perhaps a rainfall that could add up to something usable for this dry spell we're facing. I've been informed this is now the third driest year on record for our region. Only 1900 and 1910 have us beat. 40% chance then for a solution to that tonight in Minnesota, with low temps from 49 to 55. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there run 48 to 52, and they get a 40% rain chance as well. For tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, 30% rain chance through the afternoon. High temp 71 to 76. And in Minnesota, cooler by the lake means 66 to 71, while inland 73 to 76. And there's a 30% chance for more showers there as well. And now with the extended forecast, Thursday is the day where we get the sunshine and the warmth coming back. Cloud cover on Friday sends the temperatures back just a little bit. 60% thunderstorm chance with a high of 76. Then back to 80 on Saturday with sunshine. And then come Sunday, Monday, 30% chances for a little more rain. So we're 6 inches short of rain for our region. I don't think we're going to get all of it with these 3 or 4 little rain chances here, but hopefully it's a start.
All right, thanks, Dave. Summer is here, and that means many berry farms are gearing up for their seasons. But COVID-19 has caused them to make some changes. CBS3's Emma Quinn shows us how one Carlton farm is adapting.
Berries, berries, and more berries. Spectrum Farms in Carlton is just one of many farms getting ready for the picking season, but COVID-19 is changing some of those plans. Co-owner Steve Schulstrom says he anticipates more than 300 cars coming to the farm on opening day. Schulstrom says all of their employees will be wearing masks and encourage customers to do the same. He added they'll have extra checkout stands on the farm this summer to help with social distancing.
People are probably 10, 15 feet away when they're picking anyway, but now we're going to make sure that actually happens.
Schulstrom says they have 2 strawberry fields that are ready to be used for picking, and they'll place people in certain spots in the field to maintain that distance. Owners say they don't know when opening day will be just yet, but they are aiming for the first week in July.
All right, thanks, Emma. Spectrum Farm says they're expecting a good crop this year. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from other farms about how they're gearing up for the berry season.
Well, let's talk about what could become the next member of your family. Today's pet comes to us from Precious Paws Humane Society in Chisholm. Meet Elliot. He's a big, handsome rescue cat who's still getting used to the indoors. He spent some time on his own before finding his ways to Precious Paws, but he's loving that indoor cat life so far. Elliot is looking for his forever home with a family that will keep him safe, warm, and well fed. Elliot can be a little bit shy at first, but if he's given enough time to warm up to you, he's very friendly. If you'd like to adopt Elliot, you can set up an appointment by calling the number on your screen. Still to come, U.S. steelworkers in Mountain Iron will soon be able to return back to work. We'll have the details coming up.
The Garage. It's your space. Get a garage fit for man's best friend with our Doghouse 34 by 26 garage. Store all of the equipment you need today. No matter what you put in your space, trust us to build it right. Economy Garages. Built right, priced right.
Kindness makes a world of difference at Arrowhead Supply. Donate $50 or more to charity and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Save at least $300 on stressless recliners and office chairs. Plus save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. There's never been a better time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort of stressless seating. Be kind and save generously at Arrowhead Supply.
The 2020 Subaru Forester. The SUV for all you love. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 33 miles per gallon. Standard eyesight driver assist technology. A spacious and comfortable interior. The best SUV for all you do.
Get 0% APR financing on all new 2020 Subaru Forester models now through June 30th. Visit us online at millerhill.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price plus free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
On the next Game On.
Bobby Moynihan! Mr. Tony Hale!
Tony, how are you doing up there, buddy?
Not good.
Bobby, look at this. 2 of the greatest athletes of all time. And Gronk and Venus are here, too.
Huh?
I feel amazing. I cheated a couple times. Nobody noticed. It was
fantastic.
Game On. New episode Wednesday on CBS.
Powerful change occurs when people unite. We unite people to activate positive change, to make lives better. Help us fight for what's right for all. Basic needs, access to health care, a good education, and financial stability. There's strength in numbers. Join us and live united. HLUnitedWay.org.
Some of the 260 laid-off workers at U.S. Steel's Mountain Iron plant will be headed back to work early next month. According to United Steelworkers Union reps, 2 lines at Mintac will be restarting July 27th, with maintenance workers going back to work July 5th. Mintac's pit should be fully operational by the end of August. Mintac laid off around 260 employees at the beginning of May as U.S. Steel adjusted production at a number of its plants. They faced a decline in demand during the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, Duluth-based Maurice's plans to bring back furloughed employees in the next few weeks. Company officials weren't able to share an exact number or date today. We first reported about the temporary furloughs back in May. At the time, Maurice's said the furloughs could continue through June 1st for most employees, with a few lasting until the end of June. Maurice's officials also had to permanently lay off 39 employees in May. Today, company spokespeople say they were able to find different roles for some of those workers. Maurice's has also ended its pay reduction plan, which included its CEO going entirely without pay. They expect to fully reopen the headquarters after Labor Day.
The University of Minnesota Duluth has joined the growing list of schools no longer requiring standardized test scores for admission. Starting with applicants in the spring and fall of 2021, students can choose whether to have their SAT or ACT scores reviewed. UMD officials say this move has 2 goals: to remove barriers that prevent qualified students from applying and to increase enrollment of underrepresented students. Students can still submit their standardized test scores if they think it will help them get admitted. Meanwhile, a judge says he needs more time to consider a case between 2 Iron Range public schools as they fight over the land they both want. The eminent domain case we first told you about last week involves the Virginia Public School District and the East Range Academy of Technology and Sciences, also known as ERATS. ERATS is a public charter school in Eveleth serving about 180 students. Now, after Virginia, Eveleth, and Gilbert voters approved building a new collaborative high school in May of 2019, the Virginia School District bought a property in Eveleth where they plan to build the new school. But ERATS still leases a building on that property for several more years. According to the attorney for ERATS, today both parties presented their case on why they should operate on that land. The judge encouraged the schools to come to a settlement. If they do not, the judge is expected to issue a ruling in the next month. We'll be right back after the break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
The great American outdoors are closer than you think. Visit a Steel dealer now and get the Built in America FS56 RCE trimmer for only $199.95. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 9,000 local Steel dealers. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here, and we need to do our part for our people.
Tune in Saturday mornings for the Link RV lineup, where we will show you amazing RVs on our lot, like this 2020 Jayco Bunkhouse travel trailer with fiberglass sidewalls, bunk beds, and more for just $172 a month. Or check out this 2020 Jayco Eagle half-ton towable fifth wheel for only $333 a month. Want to see more? Then be sure to watch this Saturday. Visit us online at linkrvdirect.com or stop by to view our complete inventory. We have the largest selection of RVs in northwestern Wisconsin. Link RV, where reputation is everything.
COVID-19 precautions are being put in place at Berry Farms as they get ready for opening day.
Tail end of a trough of low pressure did bring a shower chance today, but will it last overnight? I'll talk about that tonight
on Live Local CBS 3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Lake Superior on what's been a really beautiful day in Duluth. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories and a peek at what's coming up tonight at 6. The nation's top health experts say we have been hit badly by the coronavirus. The U.S. has more than 2.3 million infections and more than 120,000 deaths. The comments come as half of the states are seeing an uptick in cases. California shattered its single-day record for most new coronavirus cases on Monday, with more than 6,000 new cases.
Meanwhile, the number of children getting vaccinated is declining in Minnesota, and health experts say it's alarming. Minnesota Department of Health officials released the information on Monday. They say many parents have not been taking their children in for their usual checkups during the pandemic. And tonight at 6, understanding racial justice, why local bookstores say they're seeing an uptick in sales related to racism and racial justice. Meanwhile, groups like the NAACP are seeing an increase in membership. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
We'll see you back here at 6.